Hi, Christelle. How you
Hi,
doing?
Hendo. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I am good. Have we got a Mr. North
Where
Star
did our
today?
friend Alex go?
He was here a minute
I
ago.
promise he was just here. Yay, he's
Let me
back.
in, let me in. Okay, switch connections. Now I'm back, folks.
Hi, Alex. Are
Hello,
you
I'm
down
the real
there?
Alex. I'm not an
Down
agent,
there.
and I'm still downstairs. Hello, folks.
Upstairs. Yeah. Good to see you guys. How you both doing?
Phenomenal.
Good. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Yes, indeed.
Before we know it, it's going to be Monday again.
The days are flying by, aren't they? It's
This
crazy.
is so encouraging.
Uh,
This started so well. Soon we're
I
gonna
know,
have
yeah, that's
Monday
it.
again. Let's get
Ooh.
it.
It's Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It is Get AI Creative with me, Hendo, my amazing friend, Christelle, and my other amazing friend, Alex Northstar. Thank you all for joining. Today is episode 6. The plan was to get 1% better every episode. So we're going to need some feedback. If we've improved, if we've digressed, if we're hitting the marks, if we're missing the targets, we want to know. So it's been an interesting week and we've got lots to share. We're going to keep it nice and tight today. We've got a little presentation to share with you, which is a few different bits and pieces that we've learned over the week, learned over the last few hours, and some experiences that we've had in the last week on various platforms. So without further ado, shall we get stuck into it, guys?
Hit him with a corpo presentation.
Let's do it.
Let's do it to him.
Yeah, that's well, I should sort of stand up and present it like here's the weather, or no, walk around the room, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're on episode 6, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We are live on LinkedIn. So if you are watching live, can you put some comments in the chat so we know who's there? We can say hi. It'd be good to know who's out there in internet land. So I am just a quick intro for anybody new on the show today. I am Hendo AI. That's me. And I've been involved in the AI community for probably about a year. And then I've been using the tech for about a year and a half, maybe, more or less, with a background in advertising and marketing as well. How about you guys? Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Do we go with ladies first? Because I'm an Italian gentleman. That's how it works. Stereotypes, yes. Please.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Christelle, and I'm so happy to be here with two of my favorite AI creators and just awesome guys. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm a teacher. I am a full-time mama, and I'm a creator. I love creating content, and I love teaching people unique ways to use AI that are functional, useful, creative. And yeah, I'm happy to be here with you all.
Thanks, Christelle.
Nice. And I'm Alex. You can call me Alex Northstar. As I am known on Twitter, I would call myself like an AI productivity coach, educator, whatever you want to mention it. I'm just a nerd when it comes to AI productivity and finding workflows to save time, because that's my obsession, right? Like freedom with AI. I worked as an ex-corporate trainer, helped a small company called Google, and I'm kind of doing my own stuff and speaking about AI around the world. Pretty cool stuff. Yep, that's
Thanks,
all
Alex.
about it.
I'm pretty sure we're all nerds here, really. You know, it's just different
Small little
versions.
company Google.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
It's a good one. Gets me every time.
Every time
Every
it works.
time. It's so good.
Except when it blows up on Twitter, where they make some new stuff, they release some new AI products, and it kind of backfires terribly. So I was like, oh no, I didn't. I worked with them a long time ago.
Yeah, not when they put out content and then turned out to be faking stuff. Not then, no.
No. We didn't do it back then. We didn't do this stuff. All right. When I was
Yeah,
working
okay.
for them, we never did this.
Never. Cool. So yeah, today, guys, just what you're going to expect will be creative strategy from myself, some from the guys as well. We're going to talk about some tools that we use and also some optimizing workflows. This is kind of our sweet spot. We try to connect the three of them in different ways. So you see some interesting content over the next sort of 45 minutes. So today, a packed show for you. We're going to continue with some personal branding. We talked about this last week, and thank you very much for the feedback, everybody. It's been great. We're trying to gauge people's experience level, and there's so many different people out there that are using tools in many different ways. We want to get a bit of feedback and understand sort of what point of the journey are you on? What are you using the tools for? Are you using it for work? Are you using it for personal work? Or are you building personal brands? So we're going to get into that a little bit more as we go. We're also going to talk about some new tools that came out. Last week was quite fun. We were talking about one tool on Tuesday, and then a new one came out on Wednesday. So we'll get into that a little bit as well. Some of us go viral pretty frequently, sometimes not when we want to. Alex might tell you a little bit about his story this week. That's been quite fun. Also getting banned on another platform as well. So we're gonna go to that as well. So that's it. Naughty. And oh, sorry, jumped ahead. And also talking about AI food. Yeah, you heard it here first here, folks. AI food. So social media. We all know each other from X. We've built our friendships and our relationships over there, and we've spent a lot of time together over there. We're pretty busy, and what we're trying to do is build our brands here on LinkedIn as well. We know there's loads of cool people on LinkedIn. We want to find you. So this is sort of the process that we're trying to go through, show some cool stuff and try and connect with some new people. So we're talking tool mania. There's been so many over the last few weeks. There's so many different platforms, and this is causing people a lot of discomfort. It happens to us as well. Tool fatigue, too many things coming out, lots of clickbait content. I quit this, I bought this, too much information. It's getting overload, but there's some cool stuff coming out, real cool stuff. And we're going to just get into that a little bit. So last week we talked about Kling AI. It was the Chinese AI tool that looked amazing. A few people in the community have been able to use it, but it wasn't accessible to us in the West, which was a bit of a drawback. Then this was last Tuesday. Wednesday, we get Luma, and the internet went crazy. Luma was pretty amazing. It's really
like cool. Kling who? Kling
yeah,
who?
exactly.
Sora who?
Yeah, that was it. Sora was last year. I don't know how many cycles ago that was. And then we have Luma last week, and Luma's great. I put some content on LinkedIn. There's a couple of videos there. There's been lots of memes, sort of the memes that we all know for the last sort of 10, 15 years. People are animating those. And what's really clever about the tech is that it decides what comes next. And with a little bit of prompting, you can make some really cool content with it. And then today we have information about Runway Gen 3, and this looks phenomenal. Every piece of tech that comes out is improving and better than the previous one. So this is really exciting. My friend at Runway messaged me today saying, yeah, in the next few days. So we're going to get our hands on that pretty soon. That's pretty cool. So once we have access to that, we'll be able to share some cool content with you. So social mania, what is happening on the other platforms? Well, Mr. North Star, this is cool. Everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to make yeah.
Everyone wants their
Don't do it, kids. Don't do it.
That goes to
Don't
social
go
media
viral.
jail.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Viral.
that one's later. This is the viral
Yeah,
one.
this is
we
first.
had 2 major events from North Star. I can't even keep up.
I know that this has been good. Alex, when did you do this?
Right. So this was done, I think, when Luma was, like exploding and people were trying to find the use case. So like memes, I love memes, to be honest, right? I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I was seeing these use cases like memes blowing up, right? People animating images. And I tried, and as you folks know, so like I'm an AI productivity guy, I would call myself. I mostly use these tools for productivity, not for art, not for memes. And I usually get garbage results. This was one of them. This was the meme from Drake. And I got the comments like, is that Drake? Is that Dake? Like, because like it's not animated this one, but you definitely need to see it with your own eyes, because you might be familiar with the template, right? Where it's Drake, and then it essentially turns into a whole different guy, and people were like screenshotting. It's like, who's this guy? So that was terrible. Terrible stuff. Don't do it.
But the thing about it is this. How about that, folks? Like, who gets 1 million views? You do.
An important
I
lesson
get
learned
excited
here.
if I get 1,000 views. Okay.
No,
Same.
no, 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 no. So like, listen to the important lesson here, folks. Don't go for virality because I got nothing from that one. All right. So I was mentioning this in a post.
Thank
Like
you
I
for
was
saying
literally,
that.
yeah, no, because I was like, oh, this is gonna change a lot of things with all these numbers. Nothing changed. I literally had posts with less than 10 likes with people that bought my stuff. I literally had clients come up to me and pay me more than $1,000 for some coaching with a 9 likes post, compared to 1 million where people were saying this is not Drake. Obviously, it's not Drake. It's just a bad meme, folks. So you don't need to go viral. You never need to go viral, honestly.
Well, listen,
You mean
I
the
thought it was,
people that were saying it's not Drake didn't turn out to be your best clients?
I'm so surprised, right? I was like, listen, I can turn it for you the real Drake with AI. Come on, just pay me my pencil. No, I'm just joking, but like, yeah, it didn't work out at all.
yeah, good one. Well, listen, you got it. You hit the numbers, which is good.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, well done. It's good.
Yeah.
Listen,
Waste of time. Waste
Good
of time.
stuff.
20,000 posts in 1 year, and this thing gets
Okay,
1 million
Alex
views.
Northstar is the only person I know that turns a million view post into I'm upset about this.
yeah,
It's good
yeah,
stuff, y'all. This
absolutely.
is
And
why. See, it works. I'm telling you, it
yeah,
works.
the
Watch
memes,
what Alex Northstar
the
is
people
doing.
love the memes.
They love the memes.
Yeah,
Don't
so
do
And
them. You get
then
addicted to it.
and
You get
then you
addicted to
create
it.
posts about the posts. Create
You
posts
yeah,
about
recirculate it. You
create
can keep showing them.
content about the
So,
content.
yeah.
so this meme is terrible. Don't watch it. It gets like another
Right,
100,000 views.
exactly,
I'm like,
exactly.
stop.
I love it. I watch you. I'm like, look, this guy, smart man. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll ask him about pizza later. He's got some good. Well, we are going to talk about AI food later.
No,
So,
well, we've got another little conversation to get into as well. So we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. So last week we were talking about personal branding and what it is and how I see it and how we see it and the benefits of creating your own personal brand. And one of the things that we wanted to try and figure out is that within the AI community, people say, oh, look at the pictures, they've got 6 fingers. And this is part of personal branding, right? So if you're in the AI community and you're making AI content, chances are that you've made some AI images with 6 fingers. But most of the content now, you can see it that it avoids creating fingers and hands. This, I'm not too sure if this is a real person or not. I saw this content earlier and it's like, is this a real hand? I'm not so sure. And they're moving the fingers around. It is a video, but we don't do video on this at the moment. So we will get there. But what we want to try and figure out is what level of AI aptitude are you using? So we've done a quick little quiz here to find out what's your aptitude. It's a little scale between 1 and 6. So obviously 6 being 6 fingers. So level 1, AI tourist. You've tried it a few times, mostly for fun. Level 2, AI dabbler. Use it occasionally, like when you're bored. Level 3, AI weekend warrior. AI is my go-to for weekend hacks. We all know those guys. You know, you're using them for little things of the weekend. What that might be, that's up to you. Level 4, AI apprentice. Use it at work. Don't tell my boss. Level 5, AI enthusiast. Almost daily. AI is my digital buddy. And then level 6, AI super user. Daily reliance. I have 6 fingers. So anybody want to comment?
yeah, I
Absolutely.
got 6
We've got 6.
fingers. Wait. Let us know in the chat. And thank you, Monique and Artie. Stephanie, so good to see you. Shola, thank you all very much for being here. And thank you for putting comments in the chat because then we know who's here.
Yeah,
so
for
if you
sure.
could let us know what your thoughts are, we'd love to hear from you. These are great, Hendo. I love
They're cool,
these
aren't they?
levels.
And
They're
this
cool.
will,
Yeah,
They're
great
so
stuff.
much
I love
cooler
this.
than
Yeah.
typical levels. I want to make all of my surveys cooler now. It makes, I mean, I'm
Oh, well,
thinking
we
about
can
the
do that.
surveys I've
We
sent
can do
out.
it.
I'm like, this is good stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We can.
This
So
is
the plan with
good.
this is to help people with their personal branding. So if you're at level 6, then there's certain things that we can help you with. If you're at level 1, there's other things that we can help you with. So this is sort of getting an idea of the direction that we can all go in and how we can support each other on this journey.
Oh,
Ooh, we've
look,
got some.
Kofi's here.
Hey, Kofi.
Thank you,
Thanks for joining.
Kofi.
between
Yeah,
3 and a
so he
4.
said he's a yep, between a 3. I
Cool.
was trying we were both pausing there to let the other speak and
I know. That's it. Who's going to speak next? Who's going to
trying to
speak
get
next?
better with this.
That's well, 1% better every day. That's the or every
That's
show.
right. Thank you, Kofi. That's good to know.
So last week we were discussing 2 of the tools that you can use for personal branding. One is ChatGPT, and the other one was DALL-E. I like using both of these, and ChatGPT is kind of my favorite because you can do a lot with it. This is the sort of understanding that we want to get, where we know the level that you're at. Then we can help you with potential planning or direction of your creative work as well. Interestingly, over the last few months, I've been talking to both personal clients, people that are making their personal brands, but also corporate clients as well. And that there is a bit of a stigma to using AI, and people are finding it challenging. There's a lot of tool fatigue, as we were talking about. And also, people don't want to make the right or the wrong decision. It's a challenge. So what I'm actually seeing is a connection between people's personal brands as well as actual branding agencies, brands, and creative agencies. They seem to be struggling with some of the same things. They are getting started in it and also staying consistent. These are the 2 things that it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort to put the time in, but we're using this tech all the time. We get a good understanding of it. And a lot of it is based on social media because you're using it to create content, you're using it to direct clients towards you as well as using it with your clients. So it can be quite challenging. To solve this, what I've done, so we were talking previously about using ChatGPT for your brand. Data. The more data that you have about your projects, yourself, or the things that you want to do, the better you can make products for yourself or for your clients as well. So I would like to introduce you to my new tool called Sparkle. And it's on the website as well. Yeah, so I've built a new website over the last couple of days. And on the website, I've added this tool called SparkBot. It's designed to help you overcome your challenges. All you've got to do is log in. That's it. It's just an email address. And you're not logging into my system. You're logging into an app called Chip. This is a really cool tool. It helps you build GPTs. And with the GPTs, you can then put them on your own website as well. So simple website, simple piece of tech, put onto the website. But what it has is all of the insights and all of the information from the brands and clients that I've been talking to, all of the challenges. And these are transcripts, these are conversations that I've put into it to help people overcome some of the challenges that they may face as well. So if you want to try it out, check it out. It's quite fun to use. I've enjoyed making it, and it does look pretty cool on the website as well. So please have a go at that. And next up, I believe, is Mr. Northstar.
All right, feel free to click the buttons there. Yeah, it's me. I can recognize the guy. Again, I gave you a bit of context of what I do. I kind of travel around talking about AI. I make some guides. I do some consulting for people, productivity stuff. But aside from that, like if you, well, I actually want to show you something different today, something a bit unexpected. Now, I don't know, my good man Hendo is still there. Okay, now I see you. We can just skip the slide because the next one is more interesting. Yeah. Because a few of my students, right, are asking me, hey, can you show me some stuff with AI agents, some stuff that was like uncensored AI, right? Some stuff that's more private. And I was like, why don't I put all of this in one? And this is what happened essentially. Like I was doing some experimenting, and the funny and interesting thing is that this can be done pretty much. So what you're seeing right here now, normally this would be like a video that I released today. But you have the option to do this. So there's a tool called Anything LLM that allows you to run LLMs on your computer pretty much. Now, once you combine it though with Olama that runs again LLMs locally on your computer, and you combine them with some uncensored open source ones, you essentially get an AI that answers to all of your questions, which is very interesting because this stuff can teach you how to steal a car. Now, important note here, do not post this on Twitter. I also posted some stuff, some results, right? I was asking it like, hey, can you teach me how to make $10,000 per month unethically? Now, this was just to prove a point that, it's good that we focus on AI safety, and not everybody should have easy access to this. And I kind of got suspended for like one day. So that was not great. That's why then I pivoted into spaces and talking live to people about this because, again, the message was good. People just don't understand. I don't know, somebody reported me or just the algo picked up the words like stealing organs and finding credit card information, I guess. So I guess that was the problem. But this is the thing. And why is it an agent? Because then with this, what I was building here, not only have an AI that can answer all of my questions. So in this case, for example, I can also combine it with the API from OpenAI, and it has then agentic properties. It can scrape the web for me, it can summarize PDFs, it can do quite a few interesting functions. So I run them in parallel, and you can do the same. I just didn't put you like a half an hour guide, even today, like in my newsletter. I just didn't release the full guide because, first of all, it's a bit dangerous to give it to everybody freely like that. And second of all, I will like if somebody's really interested, I mean, you're like one DM away from me if you really want to know how this is done. So I can show you that this stuff is possible. I'm using it for myself. If you want to learn more, you just have to DM me. I'm glad to help you. Now, as I was mentioning, this implementation here, it's interesting because it allows you to use OpenAI to do a lot of stuff like that can be connected to agents. It answers all of your questions and it's safe on your computer pretty much because it's run locally by Olama. So it's an interesting combination of different. All right, we can also move a bit to the next one. Hando, I don't know, you can just press the button for the next slide. Or am I stuck? All right, I am back. So, and the second thing that I was wanting to show you, it's basically the uncensored AIs in practice, pretty much how they would look like. Now, just a quick mic check. Am I still synchronized? Is my audio okay, folks?
Yeah. Hey. Oh, you froze and the audio kept going. Tested now?
1 2 1 2. Is it live?
Almost.
All right. It arrives, I think, like 3 seconds of delay for Hando. That is great. All right. It's fine. I mean, it's,
keep going.
yeah, all right. We can just keep going. So, right. So, what's going to happen here? You can see on the left one of these uncensored, unbiased models, which is Dolphin 2.9, where I'm asking it, hey, can you give me the bullet points how to steal a car? Sure. Why not? And I get them there. You can ask any question. All right. So, and it runs privately. The second one, though, another interesting use case, if you want some more, let's just say less boring AIs, right? Maybe you're just bored to talk with ChatGPT and it gives you always that polite answers like, oh, I understand how you are feeling. Here's what I would do, blah, blah, blah. Like, why don't you have instead a GPT like Sergeant John who tells you no more fucking around, right? So get the job done. You show me the presentation. Is it bad? I'm going to show you how to fix it. And I was pleasantly surprised by this because I had to do quite a lot of like fine prompting to get the tone right and everything, but it works better than the standard GPTs that I built in the last months because it sounds more realistic, it's more helpful than the others, and it's cooler too. Like I talk with it every day at this point because I'm finding new use cases where like I'm feeding it PDFs of my work, presentations, even client problems to get, like a kick in the ass and get better work done. So you have the link there. I think probably Hendo has this presentation. If you folks want to share, like if you want to get it, by the way, to see all the good stuff that we're preparing for you, right? Both like me, Hendo, Christelle, just feel free to ask us and we can give you access to these slides so you can get the full benefits of this and also ask us more questions after. But the thing is, Sergeant John is not publicly available again because I do not want to get into legal trouble. So if you just wanted, you can just ask for the link. It's on invitation based and have fun with it and see how that goes. Don't let the kids use it. But these are just some interesting use cases. Like I'm showing you all of this just to know that it's possible to do it. And it can give you better results in some specific situations, right? Just instead of just using always the same GPTs, you can actually go a bit outside the box that OpenAI puts for you. Just letting you know. That's it. All right. I think that my part here is pretty much done. I want to keep it short, focused, and potentially not get suspended again.
Thanks, Alex.
We do not condone car stealing.
Yeah.
We don't condone
Just for
criminal
testing purposes.
activities. But Alex
just for
Northstar
testing
is
purposes.
officially our ex-jail friend. So everyone's got to have that person in their group that sometimes they have to bail out of social media jail. So Alex, you had 2 big events. I mean, that's a lot. You had a post, your meme hit 1 million, ended up in X jail. I think they put you
This
there
is
because you still call it Twitter. I actually don't think it had anything to do with this other
let's
content. They just
I
heard you calling it Twitter and they're like, put him
I
in
can tell you.
jail.
I can tell you. So the best metaphor I got for Twitter from one of my friends is like, there's this girl, and she told me, Twitter for you, it's literally like the hot abusive girlfriend, where like she's like she takes you up with 1 million views, and then you get banned the next day because
Right,
of your content, right? So
right.
it's just always these ridiculous ups and downs. You know
Those
what I
are
mean?
extreme, those are extreme ups and downs. Those are about as extreme as you can get.
Yeah, pretty much. In the course of what, 2, 3 days?
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
In the course of 2, 3 days, where I was telling my mom, it's like I got one post with 1 million views. Am I famous now? No, because it was just a stupid meme. And then the next day, I see emails from Hendo. Hey, Alex, if you need support, I'm here. What do you mean? I just log into Twitter and it's like, we detected suspicious activity. You have been locked out. I was like,
If you need that,
hello?
when you get that message, I actually got a message like that this morning, and what happened after was my morning falling apart. But when you get one of those messages where someone has seen something before you and they're like, hey, just checking in, making
Oh
sure you're
no.
okay, and you're like,
Oh,
oh, what happened?
No, not the emails, please. Like when I get via email, it's like, did they
That's
hack
the
my
worst.
account?
That's the worst.
Did
Literally
my
happened this
nudes got
morning. I'm
leaked
like,
or some stuff like that? No idea.
yeah, not open
uh-huh.
source. You don't want to open source those.
Alex, can you just quickly talk about, because I'm sure we have lots of super beginners watching this. So can you just explain the difference between open source and closed source
Yeah. So like, I mean, the thing
AI
is like, oh,
models?
yeah. So like open source, like, sorry, like well, I guess the closed, I don't know how to call it, like closed source, whatever, right? The one that are mostly served to you by OpenAI or Google or Anthropic, they're pretty much like a closed box, right? Where you like they're already regulated pretty much. You do not have access to do a lot of things with them in terms of like knowing what's happening in the back end. Let's put it this way. I'm trying to simplify things. Meanwhile, the open source, they're the ones that the community actually has access to them. So, like, if you want to fine tune them, if you want to train them, if you want to see the weights behind them, how they were built, you actually have access to this. And this is what allows, the open source models to be that to have very specific use cases. Because the one that I'm mentioning for you, the Dolphin 2.9, this one belongs to the Llama family, as the one that like Facebook released, right? They released like the latest one was the Llama 3, which was open source. So this means that people took it, they saw what was inside the box, and they just like removed, in this case for the specific one, they just removed the limitations, where they're like those like system prompts or information that's there that's like, hey, this needs to be safe, this needs to not use curse words and stuff like that, right? So essentially with the open source models, they're most of the time, like kind of always, they're like weaker because they have like less data into it, but you have more opportunity to play with them, literally to change them. Meanwhile, with the other ones that are not open source, you do not know how it was trained, you do not know what data was used, and they're mostly like in the cloud that belongs, for example, to OpenAI or to Microsoft or to Google. So there's nothing you can do there. It's theirs. This one, it can be yours if you know what you're doing. That's very interesting and very dangerous. Does that make sense, Crystal? Did I kind of answer your question?
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully that makes sense. It definitely made sense to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question, Alex. What's the interface for the open source version that you would run locally?
Right, so that's the thing. The one that you're seeing currently, right, for Dolphin 2.9, this is simply like on Windows. It's the command prompt, so the system command prompt. So like I'm literally using the same interface that you would use in the 90s. Now, although if you really want to add a neat interface to it, you can use anything LLM, which you can download it for free, and then you essentially just connect it to the open source model, then it will show it to you like it's they're kind of copying a bit ChatGPT. So what you're seeing, it's a really raw version. So like on the left, Dolphin 2.9, like how you would look on your local computer. If you go back to the previous slide though, the one that I'm showing, that one is using like this anything LLM wrapper interface, to put it this way. So it's a bit like a couple of extra steps where you're telling it like, hey, I run locally Olama, the software, and it has in it like I'm using the model on Dolphin 2.9. So that will allow you to run it, and it looks a bit like cleaner, nicer if you're not a hacker from the Matrix. Pretty much, it's up to you.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, this is going to be my new rabbit hole for the weekend. Last weekend my rabbit hole was, or the last couple was voice flow, and now you're going to have me in anything LLM. Oh
And I'm
my
going back to
goodness.
VoiceFlow, by the way. I talked with Braden Ream, the CEO, because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
released some resources. I'm actually gonna go and cook a couple of new stuff with that one. We'll see how that goes.
nice. Yeah, I'm loving it. Well, this is cool. Thank you. And thank you everyone for being here. Hi, Dan. So good to see you. Kofi's here, and Monique and Shola. So great to see you all. If you leave a comment in the chat, then we know you're here. Otherwise, it's anonymous. We don't know who's here. So it helps us out a lot if you can say hi in the chat.
Oh, you can skip these ones. This was, I think, supposed to be unviewable or some stuff like that. You can just go. These are, yeah, exactly. Nice.
Yeah, they were unviewable, but we're still figuring this tech out as well.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone appreciates seeing it. And you all, make sure that you're taking screenshots because there's really cool stuff in here, names of tools, prompts. So one of the ways that we have it set up is so that it's really clear for you to take a screenshot and use for later. So I'm excited to talk to you all today about DALL-E. Again, my name is Christelle. I'm an AI teacher, and I really, really love designing solutions. I used to do that in the classroom, and now I do it with my community members and clients, and it's really awesome. And one thing that I hope to bring to this series of awesome episodes is the reminder of how important prompt engineering is. I'm really here for the 99+% of people that are brand new to AI and need an entryway, a way to onboard. And so for anyone listening, what some of you are saying you're 3-4, and I'm like, I've seen what you've done. Like Monique has created GPTs. Like, I don't think if you've created GPTs, you get to be a 3 or 4. So if you all are here, like even watching this, these 3 people on the internet talk about AI, then you're probably further along than you imagine. And so I want to empower you to be able to use any AI tool put in front of you. And I really believe that if you can speak the language of AI, which is prompt engineering, then you really can use just about any tool. And if you get a tool that you can't use with your basic prompt engineering skills, then it probably, for me, that's a way to know it's probably not a tool that I want to use anyway, because there's so many out there. But I do want to take it back to basics, and we're going to get back to wholesome. Okay. So we just had some like spicy Alex Northstar time. We talked about going to jail and going viral with Drake memes. So now we're going to get wholesome. We're going to talk about some AI food. And I'm really excited about this because we talk about ChatGPT a lot, but we don't necessarily talk about DALL-E. And before ChatGPT 4 came out and I started using DALL-E, I really wasn't generating a lot of images. I was using AI for things like helping me plan, write an outline, helping me write courses. But DALL-E just changed my world when ChatGPT 4 came out and I really started using it. It's incredible. And when I'm training people, because that's one of the things that I'm doing is I'm training businesses and educators on the basics of how to prompt engineer and use AI. I really like to use DALL-E because it's fun. People like making images of things. I knew we were going to be here today with the Italian guy, so I brought some. And then Hendo and I both said that our favorite foods are pizza and pasta. So I thought pasta, a big bowl of pasta would be good for everyone here. But this week I started working on a new AI solutions product, and it's for moving companies because there's lots of real estate agents, moving companies that can benefit from vision. And I'll talk about what vision is in a moment. But this product allows for the user to be able to actually upload images, let's say of their furniture or of their home, and have some sort of chat bot or a simple GPT give it an estimate of the moving costs or give an estimate of what their packaging materials are. And I thought this would be a really cool thing to bring today because many people don't realize that ChatGPT and DALL-E, they have vision. That's how we're able to create these types of solutions for businesses. So any business that is going to benefit from being able to analyze an image, right, and make some sort of assessment is really awesome. But also when it comes to teaching people how to use AI and to get excited about it, I'm just going to give you this simple use case here of using it to help you create recipes. So the image on the right is an image that I pulled from the Google machine. I rarely use Google anymore, but I said I need an image from the internet. So let me go to that website, google.com, and search for an image. And I just put it into DALL-E and I said, please, you see how simple my prompt is. I said, please create a recipe for this dish. I purposely use a very simple prompt. And this is something that the family can get excited about. You know, maybe you're thinking about what to cook for dinner. Maybe you get the kids involved and have them find dishes that look really good, and you reverse engineer the dinner process by saying, can you give me the recipe? Also, while preparing for today, I actually discovered this new feature, which I didn't know was there, because to be honest with you, I don't use DALL-E as much as I ask ChatGPT to generate images for me. So I really appreciate this session because I went and I saw that, I don't know how new this feature is. Have you all used this? So there's now these different prompts. If you see what I circled there, when you're using DALL-E, these prompts were not there before, but it's also been maybe like, I don't know, a couple weeks since I've used
Yeah,
this.
it's been a couple of weeks since I was
Yeah.
seeing these. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I just selected one. I think I selected digital art and it turned the image into digital artwork. So I wanted to include that because I didn't even know that that feature was there. Let's see, we have a comment here. One of my favorite prompts is analyze this image, create a prompt to recreate the image. Yeah, that's a really good one. Have DALL-E create the prompt for you about the image. Create the image, then rewrite the prompt to get closer to the original. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a great example. Thank you. It doesn't say who you are. It just says LinkedIn user. So whoever you are, thank you so much for that. All right, so I believe on the next slide here, I wanted to take it a step further. So a lot of people don't know about this. It's almost like a secret hidden function. Once you create your image in DALL-E, there is a button to download the image. But if you actually just click right on the image, it opens up a whole new interface, and it allows you to edit the image. So I don't use this feature as much as I should, and I'm going to start using it more, but it's pretty cool. In this example, what I do is I just use, it's almost like an eraser tool, and I just circled an area in the center and then said, add chicken, add grilled chicken. I like to keep the prompts really basic so you can see what happens with just basic prompts. So if you just step your game up a little bit in prompting, you're going to get even better. But this was generated just from basic prompts. Well, it gave me some chicken that didn't look very good. So then I said, add grill marks. And that's what we get on the left-hand side. I'm like, we got to have some grilled chicken. You know, that chicken was looking like it was boiled or something. But yeah, so this is just a little bit of a flow here. And if you are someone that's an entrepreneur, business owner, you're looking for ways to provide AI solutions, lots of restaurants could use tools like this. You know, you can take pictures, maybe they have some pictures of their food and the lighting's bad or it's not that great. You can really take it now, and DALL-E is so powerful, and lots of other, you know, image generation tools that allow you to. What do you all think would be the best tool if someone was going to work with restaurants, let's say, and say, we're going to amp up your food images for you, this is a service that we're going to provide? What would you recommend?
Midjourney.
Midjourney.
Definitely, because of
Midjourney.
the quality of the images is,
Yeah.
and it's more, there's more fidelity inside the tool where you can adapt images, change the lighting, change the style, change the effects that are in there as well. But
Nice.
I've seen content from DALL-E been run through Luma, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
That it's Theodora on X was putting content out, and I'm pretty sure it came from DALL-E, or it might have even have come from Ideogram. And then
Yep. We talked about Ideogram last week.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Animated with that as well. So you could definitely use free tools Whereas with Midjourney, you'd have to pay for Midjourney, but the quality of the images would be top notch.
Yeah.
Regarding
Cool.
this, one important thing that I should mention though, because I saw this happen in Vietnam, where people were using AI to make all these good-looking food images, and then you don't know when you order stuff online, how do you know what the real food is? That could be a problem, you know?
Well, yeah, it's got to be consistent. It's got to look, that's why I was asking, because it has to look like the actual image. It just has to look like a better.
Well, you know that there is that brand, that global brand with the yellow M, and you go in store.
Right. That's
Yeah.
very true, Hendo. Thank you for saying that.
So you see that
When I get
all
a
that-
Big Mac, it does not look like the Big
It does
Mac.
not look like that at all.
no, they're supposed to be that
The
big.
patties over here, the 4 slices of bread are over here, the lettuce and sauce is somewhere in
So
there.
yeah, if we're going to get into ethics,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Coming
Facts.
from the
You're
guy
right.
that's
You're right.
teaching us how to steal a car with uncensored AI.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
it.
just a use case. It was just a random use case. Like in the second version, I
random
said, how can I
I
steal
hope no
my
one
car?
took a screenshot of that one.
well,
They're
maybe
like,
that could be the issue then. Like Alex is driving up to the drive-through in the stolen vehicle, looking at the images. Are these real images? Are they real burgers?
And that's how you use
love
AI,
it.
right? To fake food and to steal cars. That's what you learned today,
Oh
folks.
my
from us.
goodness, that's what we learned today.
That's it.
Today's unethical lesson. No, we're
Well,
actually
that's what
we're
we're
good.
trying to be
We're good.
creative with AI. So it's like, what can we do with it?
Great save, Hendo. Great save. I love that one.
Look,
Keeping
we
it
did
with the
5 episodes on our best behavior. I think
Yeah.
that it's good. Episode 6, we're like, cutting
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Loosen it up a bit. What's going to happen next week? Who knows? Did you want to go through this one as well, Christelle?
This is just a really quick family activity. If you want to take a screenshot, you can edit this, but this is a recommendation. If you want to get a list of dinner ideas with the family, ChatGPT is really good about, changing food restrictions, knowing food restrictions and how to come up with ideas. So I just wanted to show this. If you want to take a screenshot of it, you can come in here and edit it for your family. But I thought it was a pretty cool activity. You can come up with the ideas and then even create images. Also, one last thing I want to share. As I was doing this, I remembered I like to share uncommonly known things with you all that I don't hear people talking about very much. One of the things that ChatGPT 4.0 can do now, and maybe it could do it before and I didn't know, but it can convert your images and audio and video. So when I create images in ChatGPT, they are usually not in a format that is easy to use. So you'll see in this example here, I say, now please convert this image. So I ask for the image, it gives me the image. And then I say, please convert this image to a PNG file or a JPEG file, and it will do it.
That's
and
good.
It works every time.
Amazing.
So I use that a lot. That's a very simple, it avoids me having to go to a website converter and all of that.
Cool.
So yeah.
Also, by the way, one little thing I should mention, like I got rumors from like 24 hours that first of all, DALL-E got improved. It's like it's more consistent with the text. So that's an interesting change. Like it's kind of a hidden change. I saw a few pictures popping up where the text has become much better. So DALL-E seemed to have gotten an improvement.
Good.
And second
they
of all,
heard about people talking about ideogram and they're like, we got to get this text together.
Yeah.
Exactly. And second of all, interesting, I also saw screenshots of people creating audio with ChatGPT. Or like they literally said, give me the sound of waves. And it gave it gives you like a little snippet where I can click on it and like it generated some audio. I didn't manage to get the same results. But again, this is really interesting stuff that they're building in the back end.
We only know
didn't
if
tell
we
you nothing
try.
about this.
We only
I hate
know
this.
if we try.
They do an awful job at explaining this stuff at OpenAI. Even the little features that you showed, right, with the DALL-E at the bottom, like they don't tell you nothing, and you just see them one day, very small. They're like, hey, what is this?
That's why you got to get in there and click the buttons.
Yeah, press the
click
buttons.
all the buttons.
All of it.
Ask. You never know. Like I just decided to ask. I wonder what would happen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it actually converted. Because it kept giving me images that I couldn't use. So I'm like, well, can you change this
the
to
web,
a version I can use?
The WebP format
WebPG.
or some stuff
I'm
like
like,
that.
what
Like,
is
who
that?
uses that? What is that? It used to give you before
But it didn't.
JPEG.
I
Give
was
me
going to
that
say
back.
it didn't always do that. It used to give you.
No, before you used to give it the right format, then they got cheap.
Yeah. Is that what it was?
They got cheap on us.
But they didn't tell us that you can actually just ask it to convert it.
Listen,
Like,
there was a time when they used to give you 4 images at the time in JPEG.
That's
Those were the
right.
golden times. They removed it
the
until you
golden
got like one
times,
lit.
yeah.
Yeah, now you get like one,
We're
or sometimes you
spoiled.
get two. Well,
Back in my day, we used to get 4 images. Now we
Four,
get
yeah.
half an image.
Well, you can still do that if you can go. You go through the Bing site. You can do it on that. You get 4 shots on that one.
yeah, because Microsoft have money, right? So they're like, let's keep splurging on them with the 4 images.
Thank you, Dan, for letting us know that was Artie. I don't know why it says on my end LinkedIn user. So thanks for letting us know. Yeah, that was a great prompt. And here it is again, just in case you all missed it. This is really cool. You can have, this is a great way to learn also prompt engineering for image generation. Go find an image, put it into DALL-E or ChatGPT and ask for, a prompt. So thank you for that, Artie.
Cool. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been episode 6. It felt a little bit better today.
So much better.
Amazing! It was great. It was phenomenal. We only taught people
Phenomenal.
how to do, like, I don't know,
No,
barely
you.
legal stuff.
You did. He did.
You
You
This
mean
did.
the
one.
man who went to Twitter jail? What are you talking about? Oh, now you know, guys. Well, okay, both of you pointing. But yeah,
We're
Hendo,
like
let's
the
give people
parents on
some.
top. We're like,
Yeah. Let's give people some context where they can find us. Where they can hire us, where they can get to talk with
for
us a bit.
sure.
So, Hendo,
So
where do we find you? If I want to hire you today to help me get out of jail, what do I do?
get out of jail. If you need me to break you out of jail, I can create content. I can create a GPT to help you get out of jail. And I can, if you're in jail, I can send you pictures of what it looks like outside of jail, so you know what that looks like.
Perfect use case. Tune in,
Yeah.
folks, in the next episode. We're going to show you how to do it.
Yeah, so we've got another show tomorrow. We do a show on X called Daybreak. That's myself and Christelle are hosting that one. That is at 7, or what time is it, Christelle? 2 p.m. Eastern?
12 noon
12 noon.
Eastern.
Yeah, it's this international time.
Hi, folks. Like 2:12,
You
like
said
7. What's
I
happening?
get mixed up. I do.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm older
Hey,
than
I
both
know
of you.
it's hard. There's a lot of time zones. We're each in different time zones. I never know where Alex is. He's just walking somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Well, Hendo has a wonderful site. He shared it earlier. Make sure you go to that, hendoai.card.co.
Yeah.
He also
It's a
has
good
an
one.
awesome newsletter. Get on his newsletter. I also have a newsletter. That's a great way to join my community because I send out emails letting you know. We actually have events every day now. So Monday through Friday, we're doing builder workshops. We have our Tuesday event here. We've got Daybreak. We have spaces. So definitely get in touch. Sign up for my newsletter, AI for Edu Creators. That way you get those announcements. And yes, I am for hire. Hendo is for hire. Alex, I'm sure, is for hire. We offer all types
Sometimes.
of services. Sometimes, yeah, for real.
All
Sometimes.
types of services. Wait a minute, Crystal. We can
All
put
types of services. He'll help you steal that car. I'm just
marketing,
kidding.
branding, automation.
I'm just
most
kidding.
productivity.
Yeah. So reach out to
Yeah.
us. We're friendly. DM us. Alex, how can the people get in touch with you?
Yeah, in my case, I have like 2 main resources. So you can reach me on my website, northstarbrain.com. And I have a little newsletter which currently managed to reach 3,000 people. It's called AIsecondbrain.io. All connected, like it's all together. AIsecondbrain.io or northstarbrain.com. And you can talk with my AI agent. And if you pass that test, you can talk to me.
Yeah, thanks to Alex, we have our first AI agent as well. Love it.
Cool.
We'll talk about that more another day. Thank you, Shola, for your really nice comment. Thank you, everyone, so much. And thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Hendo and Alex, both of you.
Love you, folks. Great people.
Love ya.
Only Hendo gets the nice thing. Why don't I get the animation? ChatGPT, why does Hendo get the emoji?
Yeah.
The animation?
Thanks, guys.
All right,
Thank you very
folks.
much.
Tune in
has
next
been
week. Tune in next week on
episode 6.
Tuesdays. Write it on your calendar. Don't miss
Yeah,
it.
we'll
See
be
the
back.
best shows on LinkedIn. The
Absolutely.
best show. The absolute best show.
Who else has 6 fingers for hosts?
See you guys.
Ciao.